Beyond the newsroom, where untold story is revealed.
Breaking news ate bannakibiina kya National Unity Platform abawangalira wabweru wa ggwanga betuyinza okuyita diaspora team batutte General Museveni mu kooti y'ensi yonna gye tuyita International Criminal Court ICC. Era olunaku olwaleero ebintu byeyongedde okubanga ate bitabuka. Omunnamawulire wa CNN Belali Mado ekyokulabisa gavumenti ya kuno agukwasizza maanyi. Biki byayogedde biriwa ebipya byalese banywanyi byonna nsobodde
ebuvanjuba nebugwanjuba ewaka wasigalawo ewasinga. Beyond the newsroom gwe mukutu ogukuleetera ekyo ekisinga katiranga naffe ng'oyita ku noti 771 44 53 ne noti 744 26 45 na bino bikulu tetulanga bafere tetulanga basawo ba kinnansi n'abagwa mu koowa eryo mwebale kutuwagira. Thank you.
nsobodde okuba nga mbikuleetera osobole okuba nga ate yo bifuna. Kaakati njagala okubeera nga nkutegeeza gwe muganda wange andabira angoberera nti David Lewis Rubongoya avuddeyo n'ayogera amazima ku ba National Unity Platform abagenda maaso n'okuba nga bakwatibwa enkya n'eggulo. Nga bano nno kwe kuli ba Deputy President basatu balambirira kati abakakwatibwa okuli Jory owa Western Region, okuli omukyala amanyikiddwa nga Lina Zedriga oyo w'Omambuka, then kwoteeka kaakati n'owa Central Muwanga Kivumbi. Guno nno gulabika okuba nga gwabadde mupango omupange. Ebyo nno byonna bw'oba bitadde ku mabbali njagala okubeera nga nkutegeeza nti bino eno byonna nga biri biti ye omukyala amanyikiddwa nga Miriam Matembalina byavuddeyo n'atubuulira. Bannaddiini abamu bavuddeyo ne bategeeza nti si baakubeera nga bakkiriza okugonda okuba mu magulu oba wansi wa General Museveni. Bibino byenkuleetedde nkusaba n'obwombeefu obw'ekika ekya waggulu. Vidiyo eno sooka ogimpere like, bw'ogiwa like ojja bunkoza bulungi obutenkaneka. Okay, allow me to give you this video.
Teri kinyiiza nga bantu kumanya nti obululu babubbye n'akwata bayibuli ng'alayira. Ndowooza bandibadde tebakwata na bayibuli bandikutte constitution kubanga mu kulayira balayira okukuuma ssemateeka so si bayibuli. And let's get the difference. Obukulembeze buva eri Katonda, obufuzi buva mu nsi. Abakulembeze abava eri Katonda, they are anointed. David was anointed as a king. Ffe tuva eri Katonda kubanga tusiigibwa n'omuzigo. Bano ab'ensi tebava eri Katonda. Twabaleetera emirembe naye nga kadde kalamba akaafudde. Mwe temwagala kwogera mazima, mwagala kutambulira mu bulimba na nzikiza.
Omubuulizi ono simanyi oba musumba mujja kusobola okuba nga munnyamba mumpabulemu. Naye ebigambo bye birungi nti omukulembeze okimanyi akalulu ako tewakawangudde mu mazima na bwenkanya wabbye kabbe. Lwaki bw'oba olayira okwata bayibuli y'abantu gyesonyiwe okwata ebibyo kwata constitution kubanga gye mulayira okukuuma nti teri bukulembeze butava eri Katonda. Tukkiriza obukulembeze bwonna buva eri Katonda naye obwa Katonda so obufuzi buva bwansi era buva eri abo abakozesa ki amaanyi. Anyway, omwami ono ebigambo bye mbyagadde. Kaakati gwangoberera ndaba njagala okutegeeza ebigambo bino wammanga. Waliwo omusajja mukulu ono Nico abeera mu ggwanga erimanyikiddwa ng'erya Netherlands. Amaze okubeera nga akola petition ye era agambye today at 2 p.m. we will deliver urgency petition to ICC. Bagenda mu International Criminal Court. Labayo.
Comrades, today me and fellow Ugandans are going to deliver this formal complaint following Article 15 of the Statute of Rome to the International Criminal Court in The Hague. At the request of writer Kakwenza Rukira Bashaya, one of the main victims I have put on my suit. And here it goes into the envelope. We will be going live around 2 p.m. Uganda time. This petition is specifically aimed at the biggest criminal, Muhoozi Batwaliddwa. You will go to The Hague behind bars.
Nico and his group have filed a petition to International Criminal Court against General Muhoozi Batwaliddwa. Why? And what are the cases? 1. Torturing Ugandans like Kakwenza Lukirabaseja. 2. The videos of the late Honorable Segilinya, which Nico has. Kawedde mudda. Nico agamba nti ye ne banne bamaze dda okubeera nga bakola empapula zaabwe era nga batwala Muhoozi kwoteeka ne taata we mu International Criminal Court. Ne ku basajja bali mu ttuluba lya General Museveni ne banne waliwo ebintu ebimu byenjagala mubamanyeeko bye bino wano.
Museveni can never do any reforms. That's a waste of time. Because dictatorships are never reformed. They are dismantled. Because you see how you wage a struggle, political or otherwise, is informed by the type of threat you face. If you're facing a political struggle, you organize politically. If you're organizing a dictatorship, then you organize a resistance.
The often controversial soldier revealed that he's planning a people's liberation struggle against Museveni's regime.
People will rise up, they will demand their right, and they have already started. You saw what happened in Rukungi. They arrested when Besigye was going there. The people went to the police and released themselves. The people can go to that state house, despite Mr. Museveni having those guns. Those guns will do nothing. Nothing. What will he do? What will Mr. Museveni do? If 1 million people or 100,000 people go, will he kill them, bring tanks? If he shoots...
Musajja mukulu ono, General David Sejusa, yavayo ng'ategeeza nti tewaliwo reforms General Museveni zayinza kukola kulaba nga atereeza byonna ebiganye. Wabula ono, dictator, ali mu kutambulira ku dictatorship process or procedures nga mpawo na kimu kiyinza kukyuka. Era bwe ndabye akatambi kano nenzijukira ne ngamba nga tuli bato nga tuwulira bakwata General ono bamusiba bamukola ki kubanga yali amanyi tricks z'omukulu oli. Kale ku luno nno ngenda bawa video njagala zibawa mbaweemu kwemu oliriza Besigye wano.
They have tools that can make what will get them defeated not easily achieved. And what are these tools? The first one is the fear they create in the minds of people. So you find you are organizing a terrified society, fearing that maybe if they are seen to act against those with power, they will be killed, they will be tortured, and that's why the junta finds it convenient to show how dangerous they are. They torture people and then show them to their country. You know, see Kakwenza, look what Kakwenza's back. If you play with us, this is how you will look. They show the dead, the what, and that's why Mr. Museveni is always putting on his uniform and a gun, saying we shall kill you. So they intimidate people's minds. But secondly,
what does that have to do with uniting the opposition?
everything to do with it, as I'm going to demonstrate. Secondly, they control all wealth for the country. So they determine who has and who doesn't have. They determine who lives well, who lives badly. Because they control all means, literally, of livelihood. And that's why they are arrogantly saying we are bringing money to the parishes. You know, we are the ones who determine you are getting better. Wealth creation, we are the ones who give wealth creation and so on. So they control livelihood. They control businesses. If we want to win a business, they are the ones to determine. You've been seeing the debate on who controls the building of hospitals and so on and so forth. So they control means of livelihood. These are tools they can apply to us, those of us who are in opposition. If you play by what I say, I will give you something to eat. And that's why, even as we talk, there is a lot of debate on those who may or may not have been compromised by those who control power. You've been hearing General Saleh, I will not help you. You know, if you don't apologize.
I will withdraw my political support. Speaking to an opposition.
Yes, precisely. If you don't...
I will withdraw my political support. So
if you don't do what I say, you know, I will kill you politically. I have the power to do so. The purpose...
Dr. Kanokiza Besigye bino ebigambo byonna nga abyogera teri mulala gwe yali abigamba okujjako gwe Munnayuganda alina amatu owulire ng'era ogamba oli opposition ng'akugamba nti bano abasajja balina tools oba tuyinza okuyita ebikozesebwa bye balina bye bakwata mu ngalo zaabwe ne basobola okubeera nga babanyiga nga tewaliwo kyogenda kuzzaako. Ekisooka ku byonna bakwata ne bakozesa amaanyi ag'obuyinza ne bakwata ebyenfuna ne bakwata ebyenjigiriza ne bakwata ebyobulamu. Be basalawo ddi lwe bajja okuzimba ku ddwaliro, be basalawo ddi nti ojja funa obujjanjabi bata obufune. Wabula tera be basalawo ku ssente kyezina okubeera mu nsawo zo kyova olaba batuuka n'okugamba nti bakuleetedde PDM ku muluka. Ekitegeeza nti bakunakuwazira bakwavuwaza nnyo okutuuka ku ssanga be balina okuba nga bakuleetera ekyokulya. Ebyo bigambo bya Dr. Kanokiza Besigye. Era Besigye bw'oba owuliriza ensonga ze mwana toyinza kulemwa agamba nti Besigye yali musajja ngwaŋŋuli ateera omusajja ow'enjawulo. Anyway, ebigambo bya Besigye ebyo biwanvu ndowooza obiwulidde. Olunaku olumu Bobi Wine yali akyali mubaka wa Kyaddondo yagamba bw'ati.
Maama akontrolinga State House amanye nti tetuli mu kulwana, tetuli mu lutalo, kyonna tuli bana Uganda. Era kwese n'omukisa guno oba oli awo musaba tusobaka eri pulezidenti waffe timunange tetuli mu mpalana naye. Tetwamukyawa pulezidenti tulina buzibu naye. Okay, twagaleyo entebe gyatuddemu naye si mu bubi.
Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu yali ayogera ng'agamba nti we Ugandan, we don't have a problem with General Museveni or President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And we did not hate him. But what we want is that seat. We want to take over power and liberate our nation. Simple thing. Kakati mukuru Kyagulanyi mu bigambo bino byonna nga abyogera azze azimba ekintu ekyo okutuuka kati tetulina buzibu naawe, tetulwana naawe, wabula waliwo oba otukwasa. Anyway, bwe njogera ku bino naawe osobola olaba ku biki Kyagulanyi byazze ayitamu mu campaigns n'obiraba. Kansooke nkuzze mu eggulu olabe.
Look at what the military is doing to people. Oh my God.
Look at how the military treating people, beating up people like cows, treating them like slaves, and someone stands and say, you know what, we brought peace. Is that the peace that you're saying that you give to people? What a shame. And you go in public and say, our role is to keep peace, law and order. Is that keeping peace or violence? Anyway, njagala kuwa wano video ya Lali Mado.
President Museveni's son, Muhoozi Batwaliddwa, posted a series of tweets where he threatened to kill Bobi Wine. That's his dad's main challenger, the leader of the opposition party. And Muhoozi is the military chief in Uganda. He's in charge of the army. He called Bobi Wine a baboon. He said that he had killed 22 Nupe terrorists. Nupe is Bobi Wine's party. And he said that 22 killed in 1 week is too low and promised to do better. He even said the first thing he would do is to remove Bobi Wine's balls. He calls him Kabobi. Yes, this is Uganda's military chief and the son of the president. I asked him why he was bragging about killing Ugandans that support the opposition. And then the tweets disappeared. They were deleted. Of course, you cannot remove things from the internet. You can't erase them. So here they are.
Lali Mado akyayongerera ddala okukola posts zino era avuddeyo nga yeebuuza Gino Muhoozi ekikukozesa zino tweets nti mwakatta bannayuganda 22 era Kyagulanyi 23 nti era mwagala nnyo okubeera nga mumusaanyeewo. Kati byonna bibadde biri bityo olw'akatambi ako Lali Mado n'afuna threats mu inbox ye. Ono najja n'agamba bw'ati, amugambye bw'ati, Mado, for your information, we know where you are, where you sleep, where you eat from, and where your family is, and your intentions. But trust me, you will regret all you are doing right now. Bagezaako omuthreateninga. Mado n'agamba bw'ati, Muhoozi deleted these Bobi Wine tweets after widespread outrage. But you can't really erase something from the internet. Was it something I said? Oh, did his dad get involved? Nti tosobola sangula ekintu ku internet. Era nti zino ze tweets za Muhoozi yawandiise ku Bobi Wine ez'okumutta kola ki okumugyamu ensigo n'ebintu ebirala. Nagamba wala tusobola sangula kintu ku internet ne kivaako. N'abuuza ekibuuzo nti zino si bye bigambo bye wayogera. Ye abaffe tugambe nti bino byonna ebigambo byebyo bya kitaawe abijja mu kamwa ke era byalowooza. David Lewis Rubongoya ngayita ku mukutu gwe gwa X ne Facebook wagambye with the arrest of Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi, this brings to 3 the number of the National Unity Platform deputy presidents currently in detention. A crazy season. Nti okusiba kwa Mwanga Kivumbi kino kitegeeza nti ba deputy president basatu. Mwawadde beebuuza ekibuuzo, why is Bobi Wine in hidings? Oba lwaki Bobi Wine yeekwese? This is the reason. Olaba bakwata ba deputy president ekitegeeza their intention is to arrest Bobi Wine. Dr. Winnie Kiliza atweetinze n'awandiika n'agamba bw'ati, the arrest of the Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi is a repeat of a dirty script targeting solid regime critics, and this is how they paint you as an enemy of your people, attack them, then spin the narrative through the media until it's believable, on purpose of isolating you by denying you public support, which is usually the only strength you have. Next, they arrest you on trumped up charges, and few or none will believe you are innocent. All this is an effort to eliminate regime critics and the guise of protecting the people. The Baganda would call it okumusibako amatu g'embuzi okumuliisa engo. We have seen a similar script played in Kasese, Kampala, Masaka, and now Butambala. Honorable Kivumbi isn't a criminal. He's another target of the state's dirty politics, which is unfortunate and unacceptable. Winikiza Nyabahasa. Inti bino ebya Kivumbi bye mulaba bwe poteri kituufu na kimu wabula state yoba government buno bukodyo bwayo bwe badde zenga ekozesa okusiiga abantu enziro nemala okubasuula bwe mala okubateeka mu mbeera ne babakwata ne babaggalira ne baleeta kinarrative oba ne bateekawo ogubuuzi nga bwolaba ogw'ebijambiya ne bamukyaya abantu be babulage nti gwe obadde omulabe waffe bwe bamala ekyo ne balyoka bamusiba ne basaanyawo obulamu bwe ne political career ye. Wabula Winikiza agamba nti Muwanga Kivumbi talina musango era Muwanga Kivumbi byonna ebimwogerwako kumusibako matugambuzi muli esango. Bigambo bya Winikiza. Kale awo nno njagala nzirukewo nkuzze wano wawe ngenda okuzza Lumbu ye yalabula Muwanga Kivumbi.
Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi, Vice President Buganda Region. Nsaba kutegeeza sebo kwata obutambi obwa kamera mu makaago, kwata obutambi obw'abantu bali kodinze ng'amagye gatta abantu mu makaago ng'era gasitula emirimo gagitwala obutuwale ku media, ku mainstream media za Museveni oba social media ebute tubutambuze ng'obudde bukyali bw'otakikola gwe omuntu agenda okusooka okukwatibwa n'okuteekebwako emisango gy'ebijambiya. Jjukira omwezi oguwedde nagamba Muwanga Kivumbi nti
bino byonna Muwanga Kivumbi baamulabula naye ndowooza yagamba ebyo ebyalumbuye bwe bityo bwe biri n'abiteekinga for granted. Naye nga amazima amatuufu oba oliawo singa obutambi yali abutadde nga bukyali yandibadde ayambibwako mu ngeri emu oba endala. Mubiwulidde. Kakati kansooke nkuwa akatambi kano kawulirize.
It is false. Let me look at this notion that NUP was created by NRM. In the yesteryears, during the campaign of 2020, everybody was saying NUP is sponsored by homosexuals. True or false? True. Before NUP came to be, Bobi Wine survived assassination in Arua. True or false? As he was running for presidency, people were murdered all over the place. Yes. He was shot at I don't know how many times. So if it was their own creation, why did all these things happen? Why? Two, if Museveni needed opposition against him, there are people in that campaign that had worked with him. Why didn't he use them? And if he is the one who created the NUP, why is he fighting them, imprisoning the children, and doing all sorts of funny things to keep power? His acceptance speech was a very angry speech against Buganda, against Catholics. People take advantage because Ugandans seem to have a short memory. If this is your own creation, how do you get to that extent? How? The NRM regime degenerated into abductions of young children born yesterday for supporting Bobi Wine. So what was the panic about? As they announced the results, Bobi Wine was under house arrest. I have it on good sources that President Museveni called the people, including Commonwealth Secretariat, to help him stabilize the country against Bobi Wine when he was under house arrest. So what was that about if it was his own creation?
Okay, so is NUP serious about taking power, really?
The job of any political party or any political actor is to take power. It is not a charity organization.
Some people see it as that. They are saying that.
No, that's their ignorance. Let's not ride on ignorance.
Okay. Because why they say that is that Mr. Museveni in this tenure, it seemed as if it's the easiest tenure that he has had.
A tenure that drove him to degenerate into a terrorist organization. A tenure that drove him.
Every election cycle that we expect violence in this.
No, the extent was much. I have observed 3 cycles of elections. The extent of violence was much. The rumors that even drove them to arrest election observers. Have we ever seen it? So if it was their own creation, why were they out of control?
Buulira Dr. Sarah Bideti ebigambo byayogera omukyalo ono ku bugezigezi bwaliko ndowooza ze zimu ku nsonga lwaki alina mukomera. Yatematema Bobi Wine yani era bagamba nti Bobi Wine project ya Museveni n'abajjukiza nti 2020 bwe yali akampeni omwagamba ono ateekebwamu ensimbi abali b'ebisiyaga era bamutaddemu ensimbi ajja atabangula emirembe asobole okubeera nga atta ekitiibwa kyaffe ng'abaddugavu n'ebintu ebirala ebiringa bwe bityo. Ate era ne muvayo ne mumugamba nti Bobi Wine wammwe mwamwereetera mmwe mwamukuliyeetinga. Nakubuuza ekibuuzo bw'abanga projekiti yammwe lwaki mumugezezaako okumukuba amasasi okumutta enfunda eziwerako jjukira Arua n'ebitundu ebirala byonna. Dr. Sarah Bireeta agamba nti teri buzibu Gen. Museveni bw'asinze funa nga bwafunye mu kaseera kaneeno ak'obukadde bwe ng'ate Bobi Wine amuvuganya. Baganda bange bino ebintu obyetaaga wulira Gen. Museveni.
If I'm available, not dead, not senile, but I'm still around, and I have some knowledge. If you are really serious about your country, why would you not want to take advantage of me if I'm still able?
I mean, what do you think of the young people who do want change, who want someone else to govern? Do you think that that's not sensible? That was what you wanted as a rebel leader.
No, me, I did not. I was actually dying to work with old people because we needed them. Unless you are not serious, these problems are big problems. And if you have got a big problem, the more hands, the better.
Youth unemployment, it's still very high. And young people feel like they need more opportunities. And when an internet shutdown happens, they feel repressed, they feel silenced because the internet is a tool of the youth. What are you offering them substantially over the next 5 years?
We are the ones who built the internet, the one you are talking about. We are the ones who built it. So the shutting it down is because of dealing with criminals who want to use that infrastructure to destabilize our country. It is temporary, it is short term. But we're the ones who built the internet.
Do you believe there hasn't been a single candidate that could take your place in the last 6 election cycles?
They cannot. They would have been elected if they were there. They were not elected.
I mean, every election since 1996 has been marred by accusations of rigging, of repression, of crushing opposition and voices of dissent.
The only people who rig are the opposition. It is not us.
Then they would have won if they'd rigged it.
They are not able to, because we are so popular, that even if they rig, they can't manage to overturn or defeat us. We are so popular.
President Museveni, I want to ask you about your main contender, Bobi Wine. Your government has targeted him quite aggressively since 2018. Why? What threat does he pose to Uganda?
Bobi Wine breaks the law. That's why there are other people in opposition. You don't find having problems with them. But if you take each case, you'll find that he's breaking the law.
But why the violence? Why the violence from your security forces?
It is Bobi Wine who is violent.
I mean, his supporters have been beaten with batons. One has been shot in the head.
The beating was a mistake, but the Bobi Wine, you see, these towns here are quite crowded. So we don't encourage processions or rallies in the towns, on the streets.
You've ruled Uganda for half your life. Are you planning to rule for the rest of your life?
That is for the people to decide.
Museveni agamba ngali ku mukutu gwa Sky News. I credit Sky News. Agambye as long as akyali mulamu ng'ategeera tajja kukkiriza mulala yenna kujja kwesimba watwale buyinza nga waali. Ye n'abuuza oyinza otya olonda omulala nga ye waali gw'olina okulonda. Ne bamubuuza olowooza ku ky'okuwummulako ye wa mpozi nga nfudde. Ne bamubuuza ku kya Bobi Wine n'agamba mbu ali violent. Ne bamubuuza lwaki yamutagetinga okubanga bamusaanyawo ne mu Arua 2018 n'agamba Bobi Wine ali violent. Jero Museveni bannange musajja ono kasooke kwewaloka video eri.
I spoke to Bobi Wine 3 days ago. We talked, and Bobi is being frustrated in Uganda. I don't think if that is a campaign season, because you find an aspirant, a potential presidential aspirant, campaigning, putting on bulletproof everywhere, the police trying to prevent him from going to campaign, and that is already breaking of the electoral laws. I want to tell you, my brother, that Bobi is on the right path. I talked to him. I told him that this election, as things are clear, the fact that Museveni has shut down internet in Uganda clearly tells you what is happening. But I want to tell you one thing that I told Bobi. I told Bobi that that power is like a beautiful lady. She loves to associate with the young who are bold.
Kale, beyond the newsroom gwe mukutu kwali. Nzikiriza nkutere wano tusinkane nga Gulude nakkiriza. Nze Deni baagaliza bimunjagaliza.
Beyond the newsroom, where untold story is revealed.